Alright, so check it out. I want to say a little more about education and certification trainers, right? Certified trainers. So there's a guy I like on Facebook. He's making fun of certified trainers, and as a dude that spent, I don't know, 10 years in manufacturing, driving big trucks like forklifts. Let me tell you what. Here's the thing about certifications. They mean something, but not everything. Okay, so I got a dog trainer certification, and it was from a positive only school, right? So what I appreciated about this place is it mentioned training tools. Okay, now what it said is we don't advocate the use of these tools, but I think it said something about people are successful with them. We encourage you to learn about it and decide on your own. Something to that effect, which that is a great mentality to have. More places should have that instead of saying, like, say, Victoria Stilwell's Dog Trainer Academy teaching people that they're torture devices and you should never use them no matter what. Okay? Which brings me into the certification thing. Okay? I think your base education, right, should be much like colleges and high schools, right? Your base education, math, English, some form of science. How's it going, man? Hi, girl. Right? Some form of science and math and history, right? That's your base. And then you got a bunch of other crap. So dog trainer certifications, I don't care if it's a force-free place, if it's a positive-only place, right? That's what they want to focus on their teaching. They should give unbiased information about training tools. Even if they say exactly what my place said. Look, we don't like the use of them, but people are successful with them. Educate yourself on how to use it properly. I would like more than that, but they should at least be saying that, not telling people it's training devices or torture devices that should never ever be used on any dog. Okay? I think a dog trainer certification, any school, should say this is how you properly use it, right? Even if it's just explaining like one page, right? One page in the curriculum. Say, this is a prong collar, this is how you fit it, this is how you use it. It can be used as negative reinforcement, it can be used as positive punishment. If you condition it just like you would any other thing that we do, any other tool that we do advocate for, say a head halty, which is the worst tool on the market, I think, because it's invasive and aversive. Now it's minimally aversive, but it's majorly invasive, right? We don't like either one of those, or we like it to be as minimal as possible. Anyways, there are possibly people like, say, Susan Garrett, who uses head halties, and she says, oh, well, I condition it with so much food. And then Ivan Balvinoff goes, well, we do that with prong collars. You don't think it's the same? And she goes, no, because it doesn't inflict pain. It just turns the dog head. You don't think turning the dog's head is painful? It might be a little painful, acutely painful. That's the same thing as a prong collar. It's acutely painful. It doesn't like dig in like they try to tell you it does. Anyways, I'm not trying to get into all that. I'm trying to talk about certifications. But that's what I do. I go on tangents. And I go a little bit down the road and I'll go a little bit too far and I have to get myself back. That's where I need somebody to talk to. The camera doesn't work as well as an actual person. Anyways, back to the point. When I was in manufacturing, I was a certified forklift driver in Missouri, right? I came back here, was having a hard time getting a job. Oh yeah, I could get a picking job for $5 less an hour, but I'm trained on a forklift. There's always people that need forklift drivers. I want a forklift job, right? I can't get it. So what do? I go to a place that says it's a city certified, right? You get this certification, you can go anywhere. Well, guess what? I got a forklift job. Guess what I had to do? I had to get a certification at that place. This is the same thing that's going on in dog training. I've seen a couple people that I really like, and they are starting their own academies for dog trainers. Right? So it's different than I've been seeing for years. We have a shadow program, right? Where you go and you follow them working with dogs, get your hands on a few of them, but it's not, they wouldn't call it a certification. They're just trying to help you get better, right? That was amazing. Now everybody's starting to do certifications. You can have a certification here, and everybody's a little different. This is the same thing. So when you see certified trainer, that doesn't really mean anything, or it means something, but it doesn't mean everything, right? So my certification gave me a certain set of knowledge. However, when I started doing my own research, I said, this place really sucks, right? Because it gave me this much knowledge, so I could only help this many people, right? It gave me the knowledge to help 40% of people, not the knowledge to help 100% of people. That's the problem with the education system. That's the problem with the certification system, right? And that's the problem with what's going on in rescues. So many rescues and so many people think, oh, all I gotta do is throw food at it, because that's what the positive only force-free thing is all talking about. Never correcting, never tell a dog it's wrong, only give it food. Like right now, they would want me to give the food and affection. Well, that's not enough. You had to give this dog's brain enough time to slow down. Did I learn that in my certification? No, I learned that from talking to people. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to work with anybody else. So I just have to use YouTube as my mentor. But luckily, I'm pretty good at seeing stuff and hearing stuff that affects my work that I can keep in my brain. Now, getting it out of my brain, that's another thing, but it's in there. And that's the problem with not doing a lot of numbers, right? I do really small numbers. So the problem with that is I can't put what I know to experience fast enough, right? Or to use fast enough, because lower experience. So somebody else with 8 years of experience doing 100 dogs a month is going to be able to do stuff better and faster than me, right? Where sometimes I have to think about things, right? Because I do 100 dogs a year, right? So there's a big difference. And part of that is where I started was I started at a shelter, right? And they were doing a behavioral program, but they never helped the staff, right? The staff had to figure everything out. The behavior person and the trainer person was never on the ground. They were on the ground, but they were always in their office. So when there was stuff to do, we had to go find them. Most people wouldn't go find them, right? I would go try to find them. And then it was like a super quick explanation of 10 minutes, and then now you got to do it all by yourself. There was no real. Now, we had a good video and slide program that they did for us. So it was a lot better than a lot of places give, but not enough. So anyways, I was working on my own on the weekends, and I started kind of being able to get a lot of calls, and then they went downhill, in my opinion, because they were following that positive only stuff, and they were doing the whole, which sounds really great, and maybe 70-80% of the time it works, but in a place like that, you have to make faster changes. Just like in homes, when people are ready to give up on their dogs, you have to make faster changes. The dogs can adjust to stuff as long as we are fair and clear, right? Sometimes the clarity is the hard part, especially if you're trying to teach without using no and corrections. At least that's what I found in my time. Look, She don't know how to slow down, dude. Also, something that most positive only people, they have some crazy ass thing that takes forever to get to. Now, patience is big. You can just wait. Wait it out. Good nut job, girl. Anyways, that's my thing about certifications, right? It's much like manufacturing and I don't want to say large truck. Let's say industrial equipment, like forklifts, cherry pickers, all these kind of things that you ride on. Even if one warehouse has the exact same brand and everything, model number, all that kind of stuff, a forklift or a cherry picker that you were just working on, you have to go into their building and get recertified, which means you have to sit down and take the test again. Then you have to do a trial run again in each individual warehouse. It's the same thing, right? So each dog training thing is going to have mostly the same information with a little bit of stuff that they do differently. So seeing certified dog trainer, even if it's IAACP or whatever it is that the International Association of Animal? I don't know, that's one. Maybe that's not the one I'm thinking of. CCP, Karen Pryor Academy, all these places. It's just the information from their experience. And everybody's experience is a little different, so everybody's information is going to be a little different. All right, whatever, I'm talking in circles now. I'm coming back around to stuff I already said. Blah, blah, blah. And she's cute. And we've been out for 40 minutes. And look, we've been out for 40 minutes. It's 30, mid 30s, maybe 40 right now. She don't care, dude. Dogs don't care about that cold, man. All right, girl, we got to go in.